All right, so a very important part of working in the garage is to first feed the goats, to first feed the goats, to first feed the goats, to first feed the goats. What's up, everybody? This weekend I'm gonna be doing some maintenance and tinkering, so I figured I'd join everybody over on the Revival vlog and show you all what we're up to. So, main priority is get this thing roadworthy for the season. Gonna do an oil change, fix an exhaust leak that I seemingly created yesterday when I gave it a quick test drive after winter storage. And we're going to replace some O-ring seals on the rear air struts. Depending on how that all goes, we're going to do some suspension adjustments and spacers and whatnot on this to get it dialed in for summer driving. So that's the plan. Time to go get some parts. All right, we made it back from the parts store. We got all of the parts we're gonna need to accomplish everything this weekend. So, first order of business, get this guy into service position and up on jack stands. I guess this will give everybody an opportunity to hear how spicy it sounds with the broken exhaust. A little too spicy for my taste since I like to get on it a lot. So it'll get annoying after about 20 minutes. So we're gonna try to get it sorted and make it a little more reasonable. That's the plan anyway. Drop this little guy up here. Now at this point in the process, we've accomplished something. So we're gonna have a beer and we're gonna go see puppies. So, who doesn't want to see puppies? It's the plant room. Very exciting. Listen to episode 1 of Topics Under the Stairs. Listen to plant stuff. It's good stuff. Hey, Memphis. Joan. There's Joan. She's just chilling. Memphis. It's a good girl. Yep. Memphis is pretty fantastic. Memphis, lay down. Memphis, lay down. It's a very good girl. All right, we'll be back soon after our short break. All right, so a very important part of working in the garage is to first feed the goats, as they will yell at us if we don't feed them. So we're gonna go get that taken care of, because we don't need goats yelling while we're trying to work. Come on out. It's time, huh? You know it's time. All right, let's get your food situated. All right, they're happy. Now we can get to it. All right, just about ready to get jamming here. While I'm thinking of it before we get going, there's the Revival Tool episode. Big shouts to that. Drawer full of random screwdrivers that you don't need. All rubber screwdrivers. I mean, you have to have that. That's key. And what my call-in comment was that you have to have ratcheting wrenches. These things are a godsend. Best investment. Beyond that, torque wrenches, you just use a breaker bar around here. That's how I roll. All right, we're gonna get going and see what happens. It's gonna be great. What's going on? So, there's our Bailiff Performance rear strut. I do have a slight leak from what I believe is the top O-ring seal. So we're going to pull these guys out, try to replace the O-rings and reassemble and see what happens. Here is jack this up in a way that you can pull the bolt out above the muffler. Maybe. For all truth and cinematics here, I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to find out. And it did. We got the strut out. We got the bag off the strut. The lower O-ring appears to be fine. So we're going to clean the mounting surface and reinstall. Top O-ring's questionable, but accessing it is nearly impossible based on the size of this top hole. So I'm going to clean it up, send it, recut all the fittings, and I think we'll be good. So in order to remove strut in the rear, you have this, and underneath that is the whole strut top assembly. So you have to take the parcel shelf of the speaker tray out, take your top nut off, and there you go. So we got that out. While we were doing that, Anthony fixed the exhaust in about 30 seconds. So the car sounds a little less spicy now, so that's good. So we'll be back on the ground, spinning tires in just a few minutes. All right, so since I didn't totally film everything while we were working yesterday, we'll do a little review of what we accomplished last night. The dogs are tired from all the work they did. Let's go see. All in all, it was a very successful evening. So, first things first. Thanks to Chris Reese, got the oil change done very quickly. So quickly that it's not on film because I was working in the back of the car while he was doing it. He had it done before I even had the strut out. Next, Anthony fixed the exhaust clamp that let go. Didn't even need to use the exhaust clamp I bought because the one that was on there was fine. It just loosened up and moved. So, we've got a nice, reasonable sounding exhaust, fresh oil change, and the rear air strut is in and working. I still do have a slight leak, but I'm gonna just try to replace the airline to that one corner and call it done. Either way, it's a lot better than it was. So I'm gonna run with it. So, as you can see, it doesn't sound like the world is ending when the car runs now, so that's good. Gonna take it for a quick little ride, and then later on, I think I might tinker with this. Want to get the front suspension dialed down a little bit and get some spacers on the rear. Have some on the front now to clear the front coilovers, so it's a little uneven. But we've got a few different sizes to try and see what seems to make the most sense there. So once again, huge thanks to Chris Reese and Anthony for helping out get everything done last night. We used most of the parts we bought. So all in all, it was a successful evening. All right, so a very important step to any garage project is clean up yesterday's mess before we start today's project. So we're gonna put all this stuff away and then get going on the black car. A couple other little quick things that came up yesterday that didn't make it on video is if you have a Mark IV, you're familiar with these, and these. They inevitably will break at some point during the life of the car if you ever have to take them apart. So big shouts to Chris Reese for bringing some replacement OEM parts. Special delivery last night after hours. Overnight parts from Matty Imports, so that was awesome. So we got that squared away. Gonna get cleaned up in here and then get going on this project. We have a clean work surface. Very important first step. Tools are all put in their places. Will make our lives much easier. So first thing we're gonna do is get the front of this jacked up, and we're gonna spin the front coils down a bit. So we'll get that squared away first and then decide what we want to do for spacers to get it sitting properly. For reference, the car used to be driven in the winter. It won't be anymore. So I've got to swap the tires. Have some tires there. Thanks to Del Boner for those, Anthony. I gotta get those swapped, get it dialed into a lower height, and keep it reasonable, but it can be lower since I won't be driving it regularly or in bad weather per se. So get it all jacked up. Instead of going crazy and getting it all on stands, we'll probably just do this one on the ground, one side at a time. No sense in overthinking things here.
Swipe. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man.
So, the great thing is,
they do what I do, I'm like Simon
this car has Y-Tech coilovers, which have nice fat threads, so we will not be spinning spanner wrench to the end of time, which I'm very thankful for. If you remove the helper spring, you can move the spring up out of the way, so you gain a lot more inner clearance with that option as well, in addition to blowing your struts free of charge. But if that's what you're after, it is possible. So, that was uneventful, but that's all we gotta do there. Still have a decent amount of anti-seize left on this. Getting adapters or spacers seized to the hub is a major pain in the ass. So we don't want to do that. Now that was pretty boring, so I'll spare you and I'll do the other side off camera. And once we get the rear spacers going, we'll see how everything looks, put it outside so we can step away and get a proper viewing angle. But as you can see here, with the 12 in the front and nothing in the back, the rear is a little more sunk. So getting that a little more flush will complete the OEM Plus package we hopefully have going on here. So that's where we're at. Be back soon. Seems much better. Minimal change, but good improvement. Very even flush. Should still be able to dip corners pretty hard and not break stuff. Do a little full walk check. Oh yeah, they're good. Golden. Can't ask for more than that. Over here it's tight, but I think it's gonna just make it. And that's what we want. So, that about wraps it up. Gonna enjoy the cars this weekend during the nice weather. Probably will be driving the blue car to the donut meet. Very excited about that. So, hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. But that's gonna wrap it up.